What's going on, everybody? I'm Landon, and welcome back to another episode of Sneak Peek brought to you by Shoewear. Thanks for stopping by to check us out. Let's get started. All right, so last week Nike had the off-white rubber dunks drop in a green stripe color, and I struck out on all three sizes for men's, kids, and toddlers, but there's nothing new there. But let's go ahead and look at what Nike has for this upcoming week. And once again, it isn't going to be a lot. It's actually just going to be one pair. Well, I guess it's going to be one model and two colorways. So the Nike Drift Gator ISPA releases tomorrow on October 8th for a whopping $220 in a coastal colorway shown below and on the bottom anyways, and a hyper crimson on top. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can these be $220? And to that, the answer would be because they come equipped with a little raincoat that extends up and around your knee. And don't worry, if you're confused, they still come with a set of instructions on how to use this raincoat feature for, just in case some untimely weather hits whenever you're out. But if you can't tell, I think this is an extremely funny concept, but I also think they are pretty cool. A little bit of behind the design info tells you that these are kind of meant to mimic the water landing instructions that are shown on an airplane. But, truthfully, I like the overall look of this model. The price is a little bit steep, but you do have to remember that for $220, you're getting a pair of shoes as well as two mini raincoats. So I guess it just depends on how you look at it. All right, moving on to Jordan. Last week I touched on the Converse and Jordan pack that was inspired by Russell Westbrook. And these were $425 for retail, but they're selling for double for most sizes. So congrats if you hit on these. But this week for Jordan, there is a little bit more for us to look at. And next week, we are going to have a bunch of different shoes that you should be going for. But let's start it off with anyone that has kids or, just has smaller feet. There is going to be a pink foam colorway for the Air Jordan Retro 5. And that releases in kid sizing, of course, on October 9th for $140. And these are pretty clean in my opinion. I'd rather look at Jordan 5s than wear them. They just don't really look great on foot to me. But let's move on. For men's, there's an Air Jordan 3 Blue Cement releasing October 10th for $190. And this is following the Red Cement Jordan 3, if you call it that dropped earlier this year. And the resale was low to mid on those. Some bigger sizes are doing well now, but the price dipped big time on the release day and directly after. I liked those when they first came out, but after seeing these, I think I'm kind of leaning towards this Blue Cement colorway a little bit more. But the main shoe to look at for this week is going to be the Air Jordan 1 High Lucky Green. And these will be dropping in a week from today on October 14th for $170, and that'll be in women's sizing. And it's an Air Jordan 1 High model, so of course the resale option will be there. But as far as color blocking goes, these are just really appealing to look at to me. So make sure you keep an eye out for these next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, so last week for Adidas, the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Carbon released for $220. And there was a rumor that a ton of pairs were made and that it was maybe going to tank their resale value. But I did notice that a bunch of people were able to cop, multiple pairs, the resale still setting well above a profitable mark. But this week we have another Yeezy Quantum model dropping in a teal blue colorway. And this release is set for this Saturday on October 10th for $250 in men's sizing, $180 for grade school, and finally $160 for infant and toddler. And I just can't imagine paying $160 for a newborn baby to rock these. But anyways, as far as the overall look to these, it's probably my favorite for the Yeezy Quantum model yet, but that's not really saying much because there have only been a small variety released at this point. I'm sure there will be more to come though. All right, and we'll wrap up this episode with a couple of my favorite upcoming sneaker releases for this week. And first, Nike is releasing a Fireberry colorway of the Adapt Auto Max. And that'll be on this Friday, October 9th for $400. Now, the price is high for a good reason, in my opinion, because these are pretty sick, but you can also adjust the lighting of the shoe using Siri or Google Assistant. And they come equipped with 13 different colors for you to choose from, and you can even make the color pulse for up to an hour. Maybe that isn't enough to make them worth $400 to everybody, but it's a cool concept nonetheless. And last, for those that haven't seen, LeBron's 18th signature shoe is now out, and a James Gang colorway is hitting the market on Friday as well. And these draw some pretty close similarities to KD10s for me for some reason. You know, apart from the midsole being a little bit more elevated, they do look a lot alike. And this is just my opinion. But like I said, they'll be releasing this Friday on October 9th with a retail price of $200. All right, that's going to wrap it up for episode 13 of Sneak Peek. We appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to check us out. Be sure to also check out our website for the available shoes that we have for sale and to stay up to date on upcoming releases as well as everything else that we do here. Just click the link in our bio and make sure you come back next week to check us out for more sneaker news. But until next episode, I'm Landon from Shoewear. Peace.